Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're coming at you live here on Mindset Monday, doing a little switcheroo today. It's your boy Dave Bergio, and as always, I'm here with my man, Mr. Jonathan Federa. Jonathan, what's going on, man? How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. How's it going?
It's going, man. It's I don't know if it seems like the world's ending or just times are weird and all that good stuff, or it just becoming normalcy anymore. No, but guys, let's talk about it here. February 2nd, right? Beginning of the month. And ask yourself this question, man. And we kind of touched on it a little bit last week about production pivots and so forth. Did you win the month, right? How did you get out of the blocks? How did your beginning of 2026 go? Did you do what you say you were going to do? And let's be honest, man. What was that date we talked about? I think January 9th or something like that is like National Quit Day or whatever it's called, right?
Yep.
Um, but guys, like in all seriousness, did you do what you say you were going to do overall? Forget about the ninth or everything. Did you win more than you lose? And kind of me, like personally, I wanted to talk about a little bit about it. Is and Jonathan and I were chopping it up a little bit. Maybe some people might get it, maybe not. But we'll keep this as simple as possible. And a lot of times, I think that we don't talk about like when things go bad, so to speak, or we didn't win a lot. A lot of people want to talk about the fancy stuff, and most of it's bullshit. Like, let's be real. But guys, for me personally, I don't think the average person might think I won, but I don't think I won a month. I probably went about maybe 60-40, maybe 70-30. And I just consider that a loss. Well, why? Couple things we talked about last week, right? Production pivot. I've had probably the last craziest week and a half, 2 weeks that I've had personally for me in a long time. Some people might think, "Holy shit, that's wild." Some other people might think, "Hey, dude, suck it up. Stop being a little bitch and a victim." But guys, it was a lot. And the thing is, when I look at a win or loss, for me, it's did I do everything, not just one thing, everything that I said I was going to do or have marked down that day. And over the last, you know, 15 days, 10, 15 days, the answer is no. There's more losses than wins there. And it's a learning process, and I'm not going to go into like crazy details as to why. Like, look, life happens, and that's it. But what I did do was I evaluated what could I have done better on those days when shit did hit the fan. Okay, maybe I might not have gotten one critical task done. How do I get that done in that day when you don't have to plan for these things? Because let's be honest, the stuff for me at least, like I had no control over it, right? So if you don't have control over it, what's next? You either figure out how to pivot and put that in there, or you just lost a day, or you start compounding days. Now, I will say this: towards the last couple days, even Saturday and even yesterday, I made up for some of this stuff. Okay, and sometimes it's hard to do. Like it's not. You end up creating and putting more on your plate and kind of stress if you're trying to play the makeup game than what you would if it's like, all right, man, I lost. Like, what's the next day? Win the day, right? And a lot of times you and I have talked about this a lot recently. Is it's just a 24-hour some game, man. Like, what did you do? Did you win the day or did you not? And yeah, man, it was just a really kind of big learning lesson. Like, I haven't gotten like punched in the face like that in a long time. And sometimes I think that's a good thing. You know,
Yeah. I mean, look, the way I look at it is two things, right? When you're chunking it down by day, okay, it is important that you execute and you knock out every single thing that's in that you need to accomplish that day.
like,
And if
come
you
on.
don't, yes, it's a loss. But here's the reality: there's a dichotomy to everything, right? So I'll give you an example. Like last month, I did it, and I would say I was probably at the same type of ratio. 70% of the days, I knocked out everything I needed to do. 30%, there were days I just didn't go in my app to update what my critical tasks were or whatever. All right. But at the end of the day, right, my last month I had to refinance my office. Okay. I had to buy the property in Belize, and I wanted to see where my monthly numbers were going to come in, right? I still got those things done, and there were a lot of overall big wins, even though I did not win every day. So, what are the results of those daily either wins or losses? They compound,
Mhm.
okay? And you can't look at everything. it's great to look at everything as a big picture, right? Did I accomplish this? Did I do that? But when you don't, you have to look at, hey, what did I do on these days? Did I win more? Did I lose more? Because what you do on a day by day basis is going to make a lot more of a difference long term than what you were trying to do in a month. All right. It's making sure that you have a repeatable process that you can stick to and you can add fuel to the fire whenever you want to knock stuff out. Right. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just say, oh, I've got halfway there. I'm going to stop. I'm going to move on to something else. Yeah. Right. It's having that winning, repeatable process that you can do for almost anything.
Yeah. You're creating those habits and discipline, guys, to keep that momentum going and look at it as like a zero-sum game or a sport game, right? Like winning, right? It's like, all right, did I put enough points on the board to win that day? And like, dude, it bothered me a lot, man. Like it really did. Like, and I think the average person, man, it's like, all right, did I do this and this? Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Maybe some people, if they're not as disciplined or hard on themselves, they might have looked at it as won the day. Okay, great. So if that's the case, how do you double down on that? How do you get better? How do you make it harder? Like, don't take the easy way out. And I think the other thing too, guys, is if you did have a winning month, don't stop. A lot of people get in celebration mode and it's like, hey, did you do what you said you were going to do? Yeah, I'm good. And then all of a sudden half the month's over already and you didn't do anything in the next month. And then you're repeating that up and down cycle again. So don't get caught up in celebration mode either.
100%, dude. It's you learn a lot more from your losses, right? Because a lot of times when you're winning, you're not paying attention to the little things that add up, right? And that's how people lose that momentum, is they stop paying attention to the details. They stop doing those little things, and then all of a sudden they start losing and they can't figure out why, right? And it's just as simple as going back to the basics. It's simple, easy stuff like that, guys.
Man, just I think the last thing, and we'll close it out on this, is good, bad, or indifferent. Audit these last 30 days, right? Where you won, but again, we talked about the loss. Like, what can you learn from that, and kind of dial in those things a little bit. Okay, these things are unplanned, but what happens if something unplanned goes on? How do you adapt and overcome that? I think it's one of those things to where like you have a backup plan for everything, right? It's like in my house, like I have a protocol. If we have a fire in my house, how do we get out? There's two ways to get out. It's two main plans because they're effective and they'll work. So I think it's because if one doesn't work, the other one will. And that's the thing, man. They always have a backup plan for when shit goes wrong, because it's not a matter of if it will go wrong, it will go wrong. That's inevitable.
Yep, it happens, guys. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. You'll catch us on Financial Fitness Friday, and share this with someone that needs to hear it. Take care.
Be great, y'all.